What's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are still here on the Big Island in Hawaii. Of course, we are surrounded not only by beauty, but we're also surrounded by a bunch of different new Tacomas, and this is one of them. This is it. This is your redesign from top to bottom, 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This one is the TRD Sport. So before we get into this mid-sized truck that's really bringing some new tech, new styling, and new power underneath the hood, let's talk about what's going on here. So mid-sized trucks are on fire. Everybody's trying to always, of course, bring their top players. You know, we looked at the Colorado with the ZR2. We looked at the Canyon with the AT4X. We even showed you here the Trail Hunter and the Tacoma TRD Pro. Now, of course, at the end of the day, maybe those trucks are not exactly what you're looking for at that grade level or even at that price point. So what I want to show you with this particular Tacoma is all about value, and something that Toyota is doing that's different from the rest of the pack is they're offering not only the 8-speed automatic, but guess what? Save the manuals. They have a 6-speed manual transmission, and that's what we have in this particular one. So let's go ahead. Let me take you for a little tour on what is new with this Tacoma, especially this particular grade, and find out, is it going to be that home run value for those that really want all that a mid-sized truck could be, but still want to road through their own gears? Let's go ahead. Let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the new style. It's really a great kind of evolution from where we came from in 2016 when that redesign took place. But what I like is that not only do you see the changes, you could also see the connection to the other Toyota products that are out there, specifically, of course, the Tundra and the Sequoia. Now, at the front of the business, love what they did with the headlight housing. New style, it's smaller, and of course, you're going to get that LED projector beam headlight. One of the things that's also unique about this Tacoma, because you have so many different grades to choose from, each one is going to have a different look, especially when it comes to those big fender flares. On this particular one, you can see the cutout that actually works as an air curtain for the front of the vehicle and still has that nice width to the actual dimensions of the truck overall, plus the fact that they're color matched. That's another thing that you'll find is depending on the different grades, some of them could be flat black, some of them could be gloss black. This one color match really fits it to a T. Now, as we come across the all-new grille, it's simple, but really on point. Of course, we have that Toyota badge, so much history with trucks, especially going back to the T100. Those were those early days when Toyota was just getting started with pickup trucks, especially here in the United States. And then working your way down, more functionality. Of course, you're going to have your Toyota sensing technology all updated, upgraded for this new model year. You got your LED fog lamps. And then down below on this particular grade, you do have a large air dam, but you could see the cutouts that they have put to allow that airflow. But definitely coming from the previous generation, still screams Toyota, but definitely screams, I am totally new and redesigned. Now, when you get up onto the hood, this is something that I absolutely love. I love a hood with a lot of identity, and this particular grade has it in every which way. Not only do you get the bulge action, you're also getting this hood scoop style, plus the fact that it's all color matched. Like I said, makes it blend in clearly, but really has a lot of personality to it. Now, as we swing around the corner, of course, you're going to find not only different appointments when it comes to the trims and what you find on the exterior, you're going to have different wheel and tire options. So this is your all-new 18-inch wheel on this particular grade. Love the way it's got that metallic gunmetal gray finish with the machined aluminum accents all the way around. 18-inch wheel. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what kind of tire are we working with? 265 on the width, 65 series sidewall. And of course, not only are we talking about new style, we're talking about an all-new platform with suspension changes to really make this truck drive and ride even better. Not only the competition, but even the previous generation. I'm going to have Lori kind of swing around and show you the upper control arm, that front suspension, all of that detail work that goes in to the testing that they do on their pickup trucks over at Toyota. Now, one of my favorite parts besides the hood has definitely got to be the fender treatment. Very, very unique, where the bulges and all the body lines flow in very nice and clean, but also very muscular at the same time. It's sort of like when we did the Ranger, looked a little fuddy-duddy. The Tacoma, even though you're not going TRD Pro or you're not going trail hunter, you're still gonna get that great sporty, aggressive style. Color matched on the mirror caps, you got your LED turn signals, slim and trim, built right in. And then also what I like is the placement, simple things of the Tacoma badge. That body line flows nicely along the bottom of the doors. You got that blacked out Tacoma badge, color matched on the door handles with just a little sprinkling of some gloss black. And then working our way towards the rear of the cab, I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around and show the great aero work that they did up top with that extension off the rear of the cab. Great place to hide that third brake light. And to see if you've been paying attention, what is the first year that they introduced a third brake light where it was required by the DOT? Does anybody know? Yes, you in the back. You are correct. 1986 was the first year for the third brake light. Now you'll notice it's nice and easy to see a little bit more cleanly that frame, all the suspension, you got your composite rear bed, so you don't have to worry about rust, you don't have to worry about dents. And that was something that the Tacoma had first, and then they brought it on the Tundra. And then a nice simple placement of the TRD Sport badge. Doesn't have to be this big, huge graphic, doesn't have to be something gaudy. Nice, simple, clean, tasteful. And then of course, when we get to the tail end of the business, talk about clean, they did it right. Don't have a bunch of badges stuck all over the back. You got the Tacoma name prominently stamped into the rear. As we work our way down, you're gonna have your full tow capability, everything nice high up for all your appointments. And then one thing that you're gonna notice, I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around, is you got a nice, on this particular grade, you have a nice finished exhaust pipe on the back with the Toyota badge, that almost like black chrome finish to it. And then one of my favorite parts is you hit this button here and you have that electric dropping rear tailgate. Lots of room, lots of tie down locations. Remember, this is a pre-production, so some of the things that you see may look a little differently when you get that final product from your Toyota dealership. And I'm very happy to say that not only do you have the LED lighting, but of course you have your rear power source in the bed of the truck. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk power and talk performance of this new Tacoma. All right, guys, we got the hood popped with this particular Tacoma. There is a prop rod, but the good news is it's all the way over to the driver's side, really gives you a bird's eye view. And remember, we showed you the TRD Pro, we showed you the Trail Hunter. Nice to see what's at the top when it comes to the different grades, but what are you getting when you go with this Tacoma Sport? You actually have that iForce engine. So iForce Max in the TRD Pro is gonna be that hybrid setup. This one is the iForce engine. So that's a 2.4 liter turbocharged inline four. The biggest news is not only with these new power plants, but with this Tacoma Sport that we have, is the availability of an 8-speed automatic transmission, but even what's larger is going to be that 6-speed manual transmission that is available. And that really is a big statement by Toyota, because a lot of the competition is moving on or has already moved on from the manual transmission. Nice to see that availability. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and see what's unique when it comes to this Tacoma TRD Sport. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, it seems that there's lots of different grades to choose from. And you're right, there's 8 different grades. This TRD Sport is one of those grades where they're trying to bring in the value. I know you want to know what the price is. We don't have pricing yet, but expect it to be very competitive. But let's see what you get for your hard-earned money. To the door panels, what you're going to find is different grades will bring different materials to the interior. On the TRD Sport, you do have the harder plastic up top, but you do have a soft armrest, and I'm really digging the blue anodized finish, something that I have not seen in any other mid-size truck or full-size truck, and it's very modern with that TRD badge. You got a nice area there for a Hawaiian hot dog, and if you're wondering what is that, that's a hot dog that's Spam, of course. And then in the bottom holder, you have the availability to get 3 bottles of volcano water straight from the Big Island's volcano. We got the JBL premium sound system. And then going from the door panel to the dash, more of that blue anodized finish. Love the Tacoma name, and you have enough room for a baker's dozen of Hawaiian Twinkies. What is a Hawaiian Twinkie? It's filled with pineapple cream. Now, as you slide in, what do you get infotainment system-wise? On this particular one, you have the 14-inch infotainment system. Standard is going to be 8-inch. It's the same exact Toyota multimedia system that we have shown you in the other new Toyota products. You got your TRD, bright red engine start-stop button, and I love that center speaker, the JBL removable speaker that's waterproof. And what's great is when you have the speaker removed, it actually adjusts the speakers to play properly while you're listening to your music without that center speaker, and then you can put it right back in and charge it up. Now, working our way down, you do have more of that anodized finish, real knobs, of course, blower fan speed, 3 stages of heated seats, heated steering wheel, that's for your temperature, nice toggle switches, wireless charging, 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs, an oh crap panel, and guess what? Just like your parents used to tell you, knock on the door because that's where they were making the magic happen. This is where you're going to make the magic happen with this 6-speed manual transmission, only available on a Tacoma, not on the competition. Nice throws, crisp engagement. I can't wait to go on throttle with this transmission. You also have the ability, just like before, that if you're doing any kind of off-roading, you could actually start the engine without pressing the clutch. And that's what that button is right there on the center console. You have your mode selector. Of course, your 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, 2 cup holders. Semi-soft on the armrest, but the great news is you could put a full-size coconut in here. And we have, of course, our Toyota key fob. Seats are great. The cloth looks good, nice and crisp, grippy, and then you are going to get power adjustments for the passenger and the driver, and you have a standard size sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel in this Tacoma TRD Sport. All right, guys, here we are, business time behind the wheel. Down below in the pedal box, what do we have? Of course, pedals, 3 of them. Aluminum clutch, brake, and throttle pedal. Good size on the dead pedal. I just wish it had the aluminum finish there, so I am going to zonk that. But you do have your power seat adjustments. Lots of new room in this new Tacoma. And then the steering wheel. The leather, 2-piece, nice large horn button, flat black on all the switch gear. And then you are going to get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster with your different modes. Nice, clear, easy to read, and all that great technology. And then let's go ahead. We talked about up front and this great 6-speed manual transmission. Let's get in the back seat and see what your passengers are going to experience in this Tacoma. All right, guys, back seat time in the all-new Tacoma. Now this one, being the Tacoma Sport, has the cloth interior, but like I said, I think it's going to be a very durable cloth, and I like the way they went two-tone with it instead of making everything just plain black or plain gray. Now you do have a large pocket back here, easily fit, I would say, 2 to 3 Hawaiian pancakes, and then you have your 2 cup holders, 2 USB-Cs, and a home power source. And then you'll notice, like I said, the room. You have a little bit more room than the previous generation. One of the things I want to showcase is, watch this. You pull up, and they actually fold flat. So the rear seats fold flat. You got some storage back there, easy to get to. Of course, our sliding rear cab window. I want to roll through the 6-speed manual transmission and drive through the hills and the valleys of this big island. That's the name of it. It's literally called the Big Island here in Hawaii, but we need to wrap it up, so let's get to it with this Tacoma. All right, guys, it's been an amazing time, not only being here on the Big Island in Hawaii, but also being around all these new Tacomas. Definitely want to thank the whole Toyota team for inviting us out so that we could bring all of this hot, detailed information to you. But let me know what you think. Is this Tacoma TRD Sport really hitting the nail on the head when it comes to bringing that value, not only when it comes to having the availability of a manual transmission, but also the new technology, the power, and everything in between? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to the strongest, hardest working camera person in the whole metaverse. Lori, working that camera like a champ. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.